The online MBA, now offered by some of the nation's top business schools. Joining us for this week's Smith Business Close-Up is Greg Hanifee, Assistant Dean at the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business. Greg, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Jeff.
Why is Smith doing an online MBA?
Well, I think as you mentioned in the opening, it's a transformational time in higher education. And the Smith School and the University of Maryland, as a leading educator, wants to be at the forefront of this. And I think the main point is really students are expecting this kind of experience. So when you look at the landscape of offerings that the Smith School has, this is part of the portfolio that we want to have.
You earned an MBA from the University of Maryland back in the day when there were a couple of computers somewhere on campus, right?
In the basement.
So how do you look at it?
Well, you know, it's a great experience for me to be a part of this change. I think we were just happy if the air conditioning was working back then, and now I think students expect more. I think the social aspects that have come about with Facebook and Twitter, virtual learning, for them is not such a big deal. So for us as educators, we have to understand that we need to be in a time and place that they're ready to learn. I think we've also seen that the productivity of the American worker has gone up. So what do they have less of? Time, free time for themselves. So the flexibility of an online or a blended MBA program, as we're talking about, is really meeting a demand in the marketplace.
What does a blended program mean?
So the structure of our program is not completely online. We're going to have a couple of residencies, one at the beginning of the program. Students come to College Park, they'll get to meet faculty, they'll get to meet the other students in the program, and they'll feel a part of the Smith and Terp community, really. And then at the end of the program, the capstone, the last part of the program, they get to come back, they get to celebrate their graduation, and also build with us amongst the 55,000 alumni from the business school. Feeling really a part of that bigger community. In addition to that, during the program, they'll study on their own, but they'll also have live chats with faculty, live chats with their own classmates. So it's really a blended environment, not strictly online as some of the programs are.
We think of education, whether it's K through 12 or higher education, as being just learning a pile of stuff. But an MBA program is different. It's all about collaboration, as you said, with the faculty, also the cohort of students.
That's right.
Is this going to work?
Absolutely. I think we've got a tremendous faculty at the Smith School of Business, typically ranked in the top 10 in research. They want to be at the forefront of this. They really want to push the envelope on how to actually adapt the programs that we have on the ground into this online environment. And I also believe that we have a committed group of staff and administrators that also want to be part of the cutting edge in making this happen. So I think the students expect us to do it. They're already there in a way, and now we've just got to adapt some of our curriculum.
How big do you think this could be? Do you have a projection over 5-10 years?
Well, I think it's going to be a major part of our portfolio if we do it the right way, and I think we will. I don't think the on-the-ground programs will go away. I think it's a kind of student. I think it's a kind of student that is stretched for time, maybe travels a lot, doesn't want to commit to one location, has that consulting job that maybe they're going to transfer from Chicago to New York at some point. And I also believe that that's the kind of a program for them. But there are other students that are going to want to come to campus and get their MBA that way.
Is there an expectation, do you think, that the pricing should be different? Will it be different?
Well, I would be giving away state secrets probably at this point, but I think the expectation should be around the quality of the program and the ROI that the students want. And I think that's what we talk a lot about with the Smith School and the University of Maryland. And what's the return on investment for the program that I'm getting into? And if you continue to deliver the faculty the same core curriculum with a lot of interactivity and collaboration, then I think you can justify the price and the ROI there.
Well, there's this explosion of free courses online. How do you look at that from the perspective of an institution that has a brand name?
Right. Well, I think, again, it's fantastic to be a part of this because I think that's actually spurring institutions to think differently about how they deliver education. Certainly, University of Maryland and the Smith School can't survive on free education. And I think there are business models that could come out of that where we could provide content that in exchange we get some remuneration for that. And there's certainly, I believe, a great social need to deliver education at an affordable price across the world. We want to be a part of that. We are a part of that. But at the same time, we've got to balance that with how do we educate at a high level students, not just in Maryland, but also across the nation.
There's a little irony of all the great minds at the business school, these great business minds trying to figure out this enormous business challenge.
Yeah, it's the shoemaker's children, right? No, but
well, if anybody can get it right.
Yeah, no, and I think we're all in. I think we really want to help solve some of these problems, and as I said before, be at the forefront of this.
Very good. Greg Hanifee joining us from the Smith School of Business. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jeff.